The bass pulsed through my veins like a second heart, sweat trickling down my temple as my fingers gripped a lukewarm vodka soda, the ice long melted. Through the blue-purple strobe veil, Ryan cut through the crowd, a massive silhouette, predator's gaze. 3 months since I had fled our apartment with a backpack and bruises on my ribs. 3 months of filthy motels, changed numbers, chairs wedged against doors, and he had found me. Mia, with cocktail pink lips, caught my panicked whisper. "He's here." Her eyes widened. "We need to go." My legs refused to obey, pinned down by that cold smile that never reached his eyes, the one that always preceded the blows. Mia pulled my arm. Too late. Ryan advanced, parting the dancers like straw. "VIP section," she whispered, slipping us under the rope thanks to her bouncer cousin. The space was darker, with glittering alcoves and crystal bottles. I felt tiny in my cheap black dress. "Restroom, back exit," Mia decided, but Ryan spotted us, sweet-talked the bouncer, and crossed the barrier. My field of vision narrowed, panic clawing at my chest. In the darkest corner, 3 men in expensive suits exuded palpable danger. The central one, broad-shouldered, black hair slicked back, marble face, caught my gaze. His dark eyes met mine, an electric spark. He saw Ryan, his expression hardened. Primal instinct. I ran to him. "Please, my ex." He extended his hand, silent authority. His men created space. Ryan behind. "Emma, darling." I slid onto the stranger's lap, solid body radiating warmth, scent of dark cedar. His arm wrapped around my waist, possessive yet gentle. "Trust me," he murmured, a velvet gravel voice. "You're still trembling," Dante observed, his thumb tracing slow circles on my hip, a comforting gesture despite the situation. Mia's wide-eyed gaze weighed heavily from across the VIP section. "Sorry to involve you," I murmured, my voice shaking. "Never apologize for seeking safety," he replied calmly, softer just for me. "Did he hurt you?" A direct question. I nodded, silent. A dark flash in his eyes. His hand brushed a strand of hair away, a light touch despite the calluses. "He won't come near you again. An absolute promise."
Mia approached, intimidated.
"Emma, are you sure?" Dante interjected. "Safety here. Number to Marco." I reassured Mia. She scribbled, leaving reluctantly. Dante slid me onto the neighboring seat, his arm around my shoulders, a protective contact. The alcove isolated us from the chaos. "Tell me about him." 2 years. Charming, then violent. I ran away. "Did anyone help?" Coldness in his voice, against the world. I hid it well. He nodded. Obsessive. Predictable. The weak prey on those to protect. Irony. I felt safer with him. "Why are you helping me?" Surprise, then a smile. "You chose me." Weight in those words. I should leave. An unbearable thought.
Where?
An eternal hiding place.
Stay.
Safe properties. The scalding shower washed away the neon lights, the sweat, the fear of the club. The water flowed for a long time, as if to erase months of fleeing. The silk nightgown slid over my skin, soft and foreign. The bed was immense, inviting cream sheets, but sleep was slow to come. I stared at the shadows on the ceiling, digesting the brutal turn of my life. From a runaway waitress, I had become the guest of a man who commanded respect with his mere presence. When sleep finally came, it was haunted by dark eyes and whispered promises. Morning arrived in soft light. A discreet knock at the door. "Miss Emma, breakfast in half an hour," announced Sophia. The wardrobe was overflowing with new clothes, perfectly my size: jeans, soft sweaters, underwear still wrapped. I chose a simple outfit and went downstairs. The dining room was bathed in sunlight, elegantly set table. Sophia poured the coffee, served eggs and toast. "Did you sleep well?" she asked with a motherly kindness. "Better than in months." She smiled and guided me on a tour of the house. Formal living room, library lined with leather-bound books, cozy sitting room, professional kitchen, enclosed garden where the maples were turning red. Suddenly, Dante appeared, looking tense. "Ryan is asking questions in town." He was seen talking to rivals. Sophia took me shopping in the chic boutiques of downtown, where the air smelled of new leather and overpriced perfumes. She chose with an expert eye, flowing silk dresses that hugged my curves, elegant heels that elongated my silhouette, delicate lace lingerie, all selected for public appearances, she explained without a hint of judgment in her voice. Back home, I tried on the outfits in front of the large mirror in the blue room, observing the reflected image of a confident woman, almost a stranger to the one who had fled 3 months earlier with just a backpack. Dante came home late in the evening, impeccably dressed, but with visible fatigue in the creases around his dark eyes. Upon seeing me in a burgundy dress that highlighted my skin, he stopped dead in the doorway of the living room, a glimmer of approval crossing his usually impassive gaze. "Perfect," he murmured, his voice low and appreciative. Dinner was served by candlelight in the cozy little dining room. Refined Italian cuisine, homemade truffle pasta, robust red wine that warmed the throat. The conversation flowed naturally, effortlessly. We talked about favorite books, dream travels to distant lands, fragments of broken childhood that had shaped us. He truly listened, asking precise questions that showed a rare attentiveness. "Why do you live alone in such a vast house?" I dared to ask finally, curious to pierce a bit of his armor. "Trust is rare in my world," he replied simply, but his intense gaze pinned me in place, as if weighing each word. Night fell, and for the first time in a long while, I locked the bedroom door out of habit more than fear, before peacefully falling asleep in the soft sheets. The first public event was a charity gala in a sumptuous downtown hotel, my fitted emerald dress capturing the light with every movement, Dante's arm firmly wrapped around mine like an unyielding anchor. The flashes of photographers crackled incessantly, illuminating the curious faces of high society, and whispers flowed through the elegant crowd like discreet arrows. Who is she? Where did this unknown woman come from? On Dante's arm? He held my hand with reassuring firmness, a living shield against the scrutinizing gazes and the unspoken questions that hung in a champagne-scented air of ambition. In the distance, in a corner of the room adorned with sparkling chandeliers, I caught sight of Ryan. Pale as a ghost, his features drawn by jealousy and defeat, he immediately averted his eyes upon recognizing me at Dante's side, a silent victory that made my heart race louder than any applause. As we got back into the car after midnight, adrenaline still pulsing through my veins like a rediscovered youth, erasing months of fear in a single triumphant evening. "You are perfect tonight," Dante said, placing a light kiss on my temple, a tender gesture that contrasted with his usual aura of absolute control and ignited a new warmth in my chest. In the blue room, the dress slipped to the floor in a silky rustle, leaving my body tingling with a residual electricity that refused to fade. He knocked softly on the door a few minutes later, always respecting the boundaries I had set. "Need anything before sleeping?" he asked, his voice low and calm. "No," I replied, but I lay awake for a long time in the dark, a confused and growing desire stirring within me, a mix of gratitude for his protection, residual fear of the unknown, and an irresistible attraction to this man who had turned my escape into a refuge. The next morning, we had coffee in the enclosed garden. the fresh air filled with the scent of glowing maple leaves dancing in the autumn breeze. Dante wore an open shirt over his muscular chest, more relaxed than usual, a fleeting vulnerability in his typically impenetrable gaze. Ryan has disappeared from the radar for good, he simply announced as he set down his cup, and an immediate relief flooded my chest like a warm wave, erasing the last traces of tension clinging to my shoulders. To celebrate this budding freedom and seal our growing alliance, he took me to the underground room of the house, a professional boxing ring with taut ropes, a secure shooting range with precise targets. "It's time you learned to defend yourself," he ordered with a smirk that softened his authoritative tone. The training began intensely, grappling where sweat beaded on our skin, electric proximity with every contact, every block, every dodge. An awkward fall sent us rolling on the ground together, followed by spontaneous laughter that shattered the accumulated tension like a dam breaking. A stolen kiss followed naturally, lips meeting in an instant fire that ignited the air around us. "Shall we stop here?" he murmured against my mouth, his eyes darkened with contained desire. "No," I replied without hesitation, my heart beating in unison with his. The bed became a whirlwind of raw passion, bodies seeking each other urgently, then unexpected tenderness in the slow, caressing gestures that followed the storm. "You are mine now," he whispered in my ear, his voice hoarse with emotion. I fully accepted it, allowing myself to be enveloped by this chosen possession. The routine gradually settled in, a reassuring rhythm after months of chaos and uncertainty, morning workouts in the underground gym, where I honed my punches and shots under Dante's attentive and encouraging gaze. Afternoons dedicated to his discreet affairs, where I learned the subtle codes of negotiations, the fragile alliances forged in the shadows, and the betrayals narrowly avoided. Intimate evenings with dinners prepared by Sophia, deep conversations under flickering candles. Ryan reappeared one rainy day, desperate and emaciated, uttering empty and pathetic threats from the secure gate of the property. Dante calmly neutralized him, without physical violence, but with a cold authority that shattered the man with a few incisive phrases. "My world, my rules. Touch her, and you disappear." Ryan left for good, head down, a shadow of the past finally dissipated in the fog. The regained freedom was palpable, an immense weight lifted from my shoulders, allowing me to breathe fully for the first time. "You can leave whenever you want now. Start your life elsewhere," Dante told me one evening in the garden, his eyes sincere and unpressured. I stayed, not out of obligation or residual fear, but from a deep and thoughtful choice, our bond strengthening day by day in this house that had become a true home, a shared sanctuary. A sudden crisis erupted one rainy night, thunder rumbling in the distance, a coordinated attack on a key warehouse of the Empire, rivals seeking to weaken Dante's position. He returned at dawn, his shirt stained with dark blood, a deep wound in his shoulder making him grimace with every movement. I bandaged the wound with trembling hands in the brightly lit bathroom, panic tightening my throat at the thought of losing him after all we had been through together. "I've never been afraid for someone like this," he confessed in a hoarse voice, pulling my face close to his for a feverish, desperate kiss, laden with everything that had yet to be said. Healing was slow, confined to the blue room transformed into a sanctuary of rest, where I watched over him day and night. Confidences came naturally during those still hours, his unvarnished mafia past, the losses that had hardened him like steel, the dark choices still weighing on his conscience. "You change everything for me. You make possible what I thought was impossible," he murmured one evening, his hand in mine, our fingers intertwined. His proposal was clear, unambiguous, and free of possession, equal partners in every sense, in business as in life, an alliance based on mutual respect. The wedding was discreet and intimate, celebrated in the autumn garden under a sky veiled with golden and orange clouds. Sophia was the witness, her eyes shining with contained emotion. Marco smiled for the first time I had seen, a rare glimmer on his impassive face. My white dress was simple and flowing, without unnecessary frills, gently falling over my curves, sincere vows exchanged before a small improvised altar of autumn flowers picked from the garden. The honeymoon on a private island was a cocoon isolated from the world, bodies intertwined under the tropical stars, free laughter bursting at sunrise on deserted beaches, promises whispered between two passionate embraces. Back to reality, the empire was shared equally, my strategic ideas integrated with his in discreet meetings, strengthening our common position. Ryan was arrested far from the city for other crimes accumulated over the years, a chapter definitively closed with no possible return or residual threat. Years later, the children joyfully ran in the enclosed garden, their crystalline laughter mingling with the rustling of the now century-old maples that shaded the paths. Dante had grayed at the temples, but his gaze remained as intense and protective. I had become the discreet queen of shadows by his side, managing with him an empire legitimized over time by clean and ethical investments. We had founded an organization dedicated to domestic violence, helping women like I once was to regain strength and independence. Ryan was nothing more than a faded memory, a lesson from the past integrated into our maturity. Dante held my hand during evening walks under the stars. I chose you from the first glance in that club, and you chose me back despite everything. A knowing smile sealed our story, a tale of redemption born in fear and forged in a resilient and deep love.